First contact gone wrong. Captain Sarah Chen stood at the bridge of the HSS Thunderchild, her dark eyes fixed on the tactical display. The human warship had been patrolling the outer rim of colonized space for 3 months, showing the flag in a region where Earth's presence was still new and somewhat controversial. The Thunderchild wasn't the largest ship in Earth's fleet, but its sleek, angular design and matte black stealth coating made it look like a predator among the stars. Contact, bearing 035. Lieutenant Marcus Rodriguez called from his sensor station. Multiple signatures emerging from FTL, reading 1 civilian transport and 3 Pursuer-class vessels. Chen's jaw tightened. Pursuer-class ships were favored by the Drachnid pirates, a species whose warrior culture had devolved into organized crime after their empire's collapse. Status of the civilian transport. Distress beacon active. Their engines are damaged. Life support stable but shields failing. Rodriguez's fingers danced across his holographic interface. Captain, they're broadcasting on all frequencies. It's a Nexian medical transport carrying emergency supplies to the Helios colony. Pirates targeting medical supplies, Chen muttered. Typical. How long until they're in range? 2 minutes to weapons range, Tactical Officer Yuki Tanaka reported. The pursuit vessels are charging weapons. Their shields are already up. Chen allowed herself a small smile. The pirates hadn't noticed the Thunderchild yet, thanks to its advanced stealth systems. They were about to learn why attacking civilian ships in human-protected space was a bad idea. Battle stations, Chen ordered. Red alert klaxons sounded throughout the ship as crew members rushed to their combat positions. Lieutenant Commander Hassan, prepare to drop our cloak on my mark. Tanaka, target their weapon systems but hold fire until my command. Aye, Captain. Both officers responded in unison. The bridge crew watched as the pirate vessels drew closer to their prey. The Nexian transport was trying to maneuver away, but its damaged engines made escape impossible. Chen waited until the pirates were fully committed to their attack run. Now, she commanded, decloak and broadcast on all frequencies. The Thunderchild shimmered into visibility, its presence announced by a powerful electromagnetic pulse that cut through the vacuum of space. Chen's voice carried across the void to both pirates and prey alike. This is Captain Chen of the human space service vessel Thunderchild. You are engaged in illegal activities in protected space. Power down your weapons and prepare to be boarded, or we will respond with lethal force. The response came quickly, not in words, but in action. The pirate vessels immediately broke off their attack on the transport and turned their weapons toward the Thunderchild. Energy beams lanced out, splashing harmlessly against the warship's advanced shields. Their response is noted, Chen said dryly. Tanaka, you may return fire. Disable their weapons and engines. Hassan, begin electronic warfare protocols. Let's show them why humanity's computers are feared across 3 sectors. What followed was a demonstration of Earth's military prowess that would be remembered. The bridge crew exchanged determined looks. What had started as a simple patrol had just become something much bigger. The pirates had wanted to test humanity's capabilities in space. They were about to learn just how costly the curiosity would be. Set course to follow their ion trail once we've secured the prisoners, Chen ordered. Something tells me this is just the beginning. She was right. The encounter with the pirates would lead the Thunderchild and its crew into a complex web of interstellar crime, corruption, and conflict. But that was exactly the kind of challenge they had trained for. Humanity might be new to the galactic stage, but they were about to show why they had earned their reputation as a force to be reckoned with. As the boarding shuttles approached, Chen's expression hardened. They're about to learn that strength and wisdom aren't the same thing. All hands. Battle stations. Tanaka, target their command and control systems. Hassan, prepare to deploy our electronic warfare suite. But this time, we're going to let them think they've partially resisted our cyber attacks. The bridge crew moved with practiced precision as the Thunderchild prepared for combat. But this time, they weren't just fighting pirates. They were engaging in a complex dance of deception and counterintelligence. The battle that followed was unlike anything the crew had experienced before. The Thunderchild's advanced systems easily outmatched the pirate vessels, but Chen ordered her crew to make it look difficult. They allowed some hits to land on their strongest shield sections, made their counterattacks seem less precise than they could have been, and let their electronic warfare appear partially effective rather than devastating. "They're retreating into the nebula," Tanaka reported after 20 minutes of engagement. "Two vessels showing significant damage, one with minor systems failures." "Perfect," Chen replied. "Just enough to make them respect us, but not enough to make them fear us." "Rodriguez, are you tracking their quantum communications?" "Yes, Captain. They're transmitting everything back to their base." Full tactical analysis of our engagement. Chen allowed herself a small smile. "Good. Let them think they've learned our secrets. Hassan, begin analyzing their response patterns. I want to know everything about how they adapted to our attacks. The real ones and the false ones." As the Thunderchild maintained its position at the edge of the nebula, the crew began the painstaking work of analyzing the battle data. Every reaction from the enemy ships, every tactical decision, every communication pattern was scrutinized for clues about their true capabilities and intentions. "Captain," Hassan called out after several hours of analysis, "I think I found something interesting in their defense algorithms. They're using adaptive shield frequencies that seem familiar. Too familiar." Chen moved to his station, her eyes narrowing as she studied the data. "Those patterns, they're similar to early Earth designs. Someone's been studying our technological development, not just recently, but for years." The implications were disturbing. This wasn't just about pirates testing Earth's current capabilities. Someone had been monitoring humanity's progress in space travel and defense technology, perhaps since their very first steps into the cosmos. "Set course for the nebula's edge," Chen ordered. "We'll maintain our position here while we report our findings to Earth Command. Something tells me we're going to need reinforcements for what comes next." As the Thunderchild settled into its observation position, the crew knew they had stumbled onto something much bigger than a pirate operation. Someone in the galaxy had been playing a long game, using the Drachnid pirates as pawns in a much larger strategy. But they had made one crucial mistake. They had underestimated humanity's capacity for deception and strategic thinking. The hunt had only just begun, and Earth's enemies were about to learn that humans could be far more dangerous than they appeared. Hidden strengths. The Caraxes Nebula loomed before the HSS Thunderchild like a vast cosmic storm, its swirling clouds of purple and blue gas concealing whatever secrets lay within. Captain Chen stood at her usual position on the bridge, but now she wasn't alone. The holographic presence of Admiral Santos from Earth Command filled the tactical display area. "Your report is concerning, Captain," Santos said, his weathered face grave. "If someone has been monitoring our technological development since first contact, we need to know who and why. But we can't send in the fleet. Not yet. It would tip our hand." "Understood, Admiral," Chen replied. "We've maintained our position and continued our deception protocol. They think we're still analyzing their defenses, looking for a way in. Good. Keep them thinking that. Reinforcements are coming, but not in the way they'd expect." The Admiral's hologram smiled. "The HSS Shadow Weaver will rendezvous with you in 6 hours. It's been equipped with our latest quantum entanglement stealth systems." Chen's eyes widened slightly. The Shadow Weaver was Earth's newest reconnaissance vessel, its existence still classified. "A ghost ship, sir." "Exactly. While you keep their attention, the Shadow Weaver will infiltrate the nebula and gather intelligence." "But Captain," Santos leaned forward, his holographic form flickering slightly, "we have reason to believe there might be captive Earth vessels in there. Ships that went missing over the past 5 years." The bridge crew exchanged glances. The disappearance of Earth ships had been attributed to navigation errors or natural phenomena. If they had been captured instead, "We'll find them, sir," Chen assured him. "And we'll bring them home." After the Admiral's hologram faded, Chen turned to her crew. Hassan, start compiling a list of every Earth ship that's gone missing in this sector. Rodriguez, I want continuous scans of the nebula. Look for any sign of human energy signatures. Tanaka, prepare a series of probe drones. We're going to make it look like we're testing the nebula's defenses. The next 6 hours were a carefully orchestrated dance of preparation and deception. The Thunderchild launched probe after probe into the nebula, each one seemingly more sophisticated than the last. Most were destroyed by automated defense systems, but each destruction revealed something about the pirates' security network. Shadow Weaver has arrived, Rodriguez announced quietly. On the main screen, there was nothing to see. The ghost ship lived up to its name, completely invisible to both sensors and the naked eye. Channel established, Hassan reported. They're receiving our tactical data. Chen nodded. Begin Phase 2. Let's give our hidden friends something to think about. The Thunderchild suddenly powered up its weapons systems, shields flaring to full strength. It launched what appeared to be an aggressive push toward the nebula's edge, triggering the pirates' outer defense grid. Energy beams and plasma torpedoes cut through space, most missing the human warship as it executed a series of evasive maneuvers. They're responding exactly as predicted, Tanaka reported. 3 warships emerging from the nebula, same configuration as before. But this time, the battle would be different. While the Thunderchild engaged the pirate vessels in what appeared to be an even match, the Shadow Weaver slipped silently past the battle, its quantum-entangled particles rendering it completely undetectable. Warning shots only, Chen ordered. Make them think we're testing their defenses, looking for weaknesses. Let them believe they're learning about our capabilities. The battle lasted for nearly an hour, a spectacular display of weapons fire and tactical maneuvering that accomplished absolutely nothing, exactly as planned. The Thunderchild eventually withdrew, appearing to have been fought to a standstill. Shadow Weaver reports successful penetration of the nebula, Hassan whispered. They're beginning their reconnaissance sweep. Over the next 12 hours, the ghost ship's quantum-encrypted transmissions painted a disturbing picture. The nebula contained not just a pirate base, but an entire hidden shipyard. Vessels of various designs were under construction, many incorporating stolen Earth technology. But the most shocking discovery came near the center of the facility. There, trapped in a massive docking structure, were 3 Earth ships. The merchantman Stellar Pioneer, the research vessel Galileo's Dream, and the colonial transport New Horizon. All had been reported lost with all hands. Life signs detected on all 3 vessels, Rodriguez reported, his voice tight with emotion. They're alive. They've been there all this time. Chen's hands gripped the railing of her command station. How many? Initial scans suggest at least 200 survivors between the 3 ships. But Captain, there's more. The pirates aren't just studying the ships. They're taking them apart, analyzing every component. And the technology they're using to do it. It's not drachnid. It's not like anything we've seen before. The implications were clear. Someone had been using the pirates as a front, a way to capture and study human technology without revealing themselves. But why? What were they looking for? New contact. Tanaka suddenly called out. Massive energy signature at the edge of our sensor range. Something's coming out of FTL. Captain, it's bigger than anything we've seen before. The main screen showed a vast shape emerging from faster-than-light travel. It was clearly a warship, but its design was alien in the truest sense of the word. Organic curves mixed with geometric patterns that seemed to defy normal space. They're scanning us, Hassan reported. Their technology. It's incredible. They're cutting through our encryption like it isn't even there. Chen straightened her uniform. Whatever was out there had finally decided to show itself. The real enemy was about to be revealed, and humanity's response would define their place in the galaxy. All hands to battle stations, she ordered. And get me Earth Command. I think it's time we stopped playing games. The crew of the Thunderchild prepared for what might be the most important confrontation in human history. They had come looking for pirates and found something far more significant, an unknown power that had been watching humanity from the shadows, testing them, studying them. Now it was humanity's turn to show what they were truly capable of. Breaking the chain. The massive alien vessel hung in space like a twisted sculpture, its surface shifting with patterns of light that seemed to follow no logical sequence. Captain Chen and her crew waited in tense silence as Earth Command processed their emergency transmission. Analysis complete on the alien ship, Hassan reported quietly. Their energy output is, well, it's off our charts. But there's something odd about their systems. They're running everything through quantum processors, just like we do, but their architecture is completely different. Different how? Chen asked, not taking her eyes off the main screen. Their systems are organic. Living computers, Captain. The whole ship might be alive in some way. Before Chen could respond, Admiral Santos' hologram materialized on the bridge, joined by several other high-ranking officials. Their expressions were grim. Captain Chen, Santos began, what you're facing is confirmation of a theory we've had for several years. We believe they're called the Architects, a species that seeds technological development throughout the galaxy, guiding younger races along specific paths. And they've been watching us, Chen concluded, using the pirates to test us. Yes, but something's different this time. You're the first humans to ever see them directly. They've never revealed themselves before, to any species. The main screen flickered, and a new signal cut through all their communications channels. The image that appeared was unlike anything they had expected. A being of swirling energy and crystalline structures, its form barely contained within what appeared to be a sophisticated environmental suit. Humans of the vessel Thunderchild. The being spoke, its words translated through some unknown means. You have exceeded parameters. This is unprecedented. Chen stepped forward. I am Captain Chen. What parameters are you referring to? Your species was designated for controlled development. Your technology should have followed the standard progression we designed. Instead, you created quantum computing decades before scheduled. Your artificial intelligence theories bypass expected limitations. Your faster-than-light drive uses principles we had not considered. You are developing too quickly, in unexpected ways. That's why you've been stealing our ships, Chen realized. You're trying to understand how we're doing it. Correct. Your species represents an anomaly. You must be studied, controlled, redirected to the proper path. The Admiral's hologram spoke up. And if we refuse, refusal is not an option. We are the Architects. We have guided the technological development of 1,000 species. Order must be maintained. Chen shared a look with her crew before responding. With all due respect, humanity doesn't accept limitations imposed by others. We've spent our entire history breaking through barriers others thought impossible. This is precisely the problem, the Architect responded. Your species exhibits dangerous levels of independence and creativity. The pirates were meant to constrain you, to force you to develop defensive technologies along predicted lines. Instead, you created new solutions we had not anticipated. Captain, Hassan whispered urgently, I'm detecting massive energy buildups in their weapon systems. Chen straightened her uniform. Admiral, requesting permission to show our visitors why underestimating humanity is a mistake. Santos nodded. Permission granted, Captain. The Shadow Weaver is in position, and Captain, Protocol Omega is authorized. A slight smile crossed Chen's face. Protocol Omega, the activation of humanity's most closely guarded technological breakthrough. Something even the Architects hadn't detected. Thunderchild to Shadow Weaver, Chen called out. Execute Protocol Omega. For a moment, nothing seemed to happen. Then suddenly, every system on the Architect vessel went dark. Their organic computers, their weapons, their engines, everything shut down simultaneously. What have you done? The architect's voice came through, now tinged with something that sounded like fear. "We discovered something while developing our quantum computers," Chen explained. "A way to create quantum entanglement cascades that can interface with organic systems. We designed it as a medical tool originally, but it has other applications." The architect vessel hung powerless in space as the Thunderchild systems came fully online. Around the nebula, Earth's quantum entanglement network was activating, connecting with thousands of hidden satellites that had been waiting dormant. "You see," Chen continued, "we knew someone was watching us. We didn't know who you were, but we knew you were there. So we let you see what we wanted you to see. The quantum computing technology you've been studying. It's 3 generations behind what we're actually using." "Impossible," the architect protested. "We have guided technological development for millions of years. No species has ever surprised you. Then maybe you've been doing this for too long. Humanity doesn't need guides. We don't need architects. What we need is equals, other species willing to explore and grow together." The quantum entanglement cascade had spread throughout the nebula now, disabling the pirate fleet and the hidden shipyard. The captured Earth vessels were being freed, their crews finally able to signal for help. "You have a choice," Chen said to the architect. "You can continue trying to control species development, in which case humanity will be forced to share this technology with every race you've been manipulating. Or you can accept that it's time for a new approach, one based on cooperation rather than control." The bridge crew waited in tense silence as the architect processed this ultimatum. Their entire civilization's way of life was being challenged by a species they had considered primitive just a few centuries ago. Finally, the architect spoke again. Perhaps we have become too rigid in our methods. Your species has indeed shown us something unexpected. We will consider your proposal." Chen nodded. "We'll escort you to Earth. I believe our governments have a lot to discuss." As the situation stabilized and rescue operations began for the freed prisoners, Chen looked out at the stars. Humanity had just changed the galaxy's balance of power, not through superior firepower, but through innovation and unpredictability. The architects had spent millions of years guiding other species along predetermined paths. Now they would have to adapt to a galaxy where humanity had shown that those paths weren't the only way forward. The age of controlled development was over. The age of exploration and innovation was about to begin. A new understanding. 1 month after the confrontation in the Caraxes Nebula, the HSS Thunderchild orbited Earth alongside the architect vessel. The once threatening organic ship now served as an embassy of sorts, its presence a symbol of the dramatic changes sweeping through known space. Captain Chen stood in Earth's primary conference center, watching representatives from 30 different species engage in animated discussion. The revelation of the architect's manipulation had sent shockwaves through galactic civilization, but humanity's response, offering collaboration rather than seeking revenge, had opened up unprecedented possibilities. "The quantum entanglement cascade technology you developed," an architect representative was saying, its crystalline form shimming in the light. "It should have been impossible according to our models. Your species truly does think differently." "That's because we don't believe in impossible," Chen replied. "Just problems we haven't solved yet." Admiral Santos approached them, accompanied by representatives from the former Drachnid Empire. The pirates had been a symptom of a deeper problem, a civilization trying to find its place in a controlled galaxy. Now, they too were part of the changing landscape. The integration of Drachnid military expertise with human innovation is already showing promising results, Santos reported. Their understanding of spatial dynamics combined with our quantum computing, we're seeing breakthroughs daily. The architect seemed to pulse with curiosity. "You freely share such advances. Are you not concerned about maintaining technological superiority?" "We've learned that diversity drives innovation," Chen explained. "Different species, different perspectives, different approaches to problems. That's how we all grow stronger. The pirates didn't just steal our ships. They stole opportunities for collaboration that could have benefited everyone. Across the conference center, teams of scientists from various species were already working together, sharing insights and theories that had been suppressed under the Architect's guided development program. The quantum entanglement technology that had disabled the Architect vessel was being adapted for peaceful purposes: medical treatments, communication systems, environmental restoration. Our civilization has guided development for millions of years, the Architect mused. We believed we were creating order, ensuring stable progress. But watching your species, perhaps we were actually limiting the galaxy's potential. Control isn't the same as progress, Chen said. Real advancement comes from freedom to explore, to fail, to try new approaches. Humanity's greatest achievements came from our greatest challenges. A commotion at the center of the room drew their attention. A team of human and drachnid scientists had just successfully tested a new form of quantum organic hybrid computing, combining the best aspects of both technologies. The excitement in the room was palpable. "Captain," Hassan called out, approaching with a datapad. "The first reports are in from the Joint Exploration Fleet. 3 new habitable worlds discovered, and something else. Signs of ancient civilizations that even the Architects didn't know about." The Architect's crystalline form flickered with surprise. "Impossible. We have catalogued all advanced civilizations in this sector of the galaxy." "All the ones that followed your predetermined path," Chen corrected. "But what about the ones that chose different directions? Maybe they found other ways to advance, ways you weren't looking for, because they didn't fit your models." The implications sent ripples through the assembled delegates. If there were other advanced civilizations out there, following different technological paths, the galaxy was far more diverse and complex than anyone had imagined. Admiral Santos addressed the gathering. "This is why Earth is proposing the formation of the Galactic Cooperation Initiative. Not an empire, not a controlled development program, but a true partnership of species working together to explore and innovate. And what of species that are not yet ready for advanced technology?" The Architect asked. "Our guidance prevented many civilizations from destroying themselves." "We'll help them too," Chen replied. "Not by controlling them, but by offering them choices, showing them different paths they might take. Earth's history is full of lessons about the dangers of rapid technological development. We can share those lessons while respecting each species' right to choose their own path." The conference continued late into the night as representatives from across the galaxy began the complex work of building a new framework for interstellar cooperation. The Architects, their million-year mission of control now ended, were finding a new role as partners rather than guides. Later, standing on the observation deck of the Thunderchild, Chen watched Earth's lights glitter below. Hassan joined her, carrying fresh reports from the exploration fleets. "Did you ever think, when we first encountered those pirates, that it would lead to all this?" he asked. Chen smiled. "No, but that's exactly the point, isn't it? The best discoveries come when you're willing to follow an unexpected path." She turned to her friend and officer. "The Architects thought they could predict and control how species would develop, but they forgot something important." "What's that, Captain?" "The universe is too big, too complex, too wonderful for any one species to control. Real progress comes from working together, from combining different perspectives and approaches." She gestured to the stars above. "And now, for the first time in millions of years, the galaxy is truly free to explore all its possibilities." The Thunderchild's crew had set out to stop pirates and ended up changing the course of galactic history, not through superior firepower or advanced technology alone, but through humanity's greatest strengths: creativity, adaptability, and the willingness to offer cooperation instead of demanding submission. As Chen looked out at the stars, she knew this wasn't an ending, but a beginning. Humanity had shown the galaxy a new way forward. Now the real adventure, the free exploration and development of countless species working together, was about to begin. The stars seemed brighter somehow, as if they too were celebrating the dawn of a new age in galactic history.